Dan Deming of KKM Financial joins us now for the Trader Rundown, and it feels like we have a runaway market once again here, Dan.
We have risk on, as they like to say in our industry, and that appears to be the case right now. Last week, the market looked pretty strong. It looks like most of the major averages at or near or at all-time highs, and yet the momentum might carry over this week as well, Angie, because the environment and the news that came out of Jackson Hole as far as the Fed and some of the initiatives that they're looking at and their speak was well received by the market.
So that's giving some comfort that everybody knows what's going on. No surprises will be pulled here.
Right. I mean, at this point, they're pretty happy with the way things are going, and so we did see some moderation in the bond market too. So, it was kind of one of these rising tide floats all boats, but in this case we saw most of the major asset classes, be it bonds, equities alike, both being floated higher here because the Fed said that they're not going to change their current pattern, yet they're happy with the way things are unfolding at this point, so the market reacted positively.
Dan, what do you think about the economic data coming into the market this week?
Yeah, we got some good numbers, and it's going to be a fairly probably low volume week, so you can see some interesting price movements during low volume weeks if the market gets something that's not expecting. And we have a revision of GDP that's going to be focused on heavily because the number was a little disappointing the first time around. We also have some inflation numbers, and the Fed will be paying close attention to that as we move into September when they're going to have their meeting. So we got PCE, which is something they watch very closely, and that's a price influence number, and as well as personal income and spending.
But the main headline is the moves that we saw last week with those record highs could continue into this week.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a positive, and I think, we're going to get some play off of the fact that some of these major averages closed at new highs here, so that will be a bonus, a thing of strength. And the fact that that it took a little while for it to get back to some new highs, but ultimately, that's okay, because in theory, then maybe it built a foundation that it can continue to build on.
Well, thanks for being on the show today.
All right, thanks for having me, Angie.
Check out businessfirstam.com to find out where to see our entire show. And don't forget to like, follow, and share Business First AM.